unusual story. Minnesota football players are boycotting all football activities after 10 players were suspended by the school for their involvement in a sexual assault scandal. So, as far as we know, they're not going to play football, but they've got a football game in about, 10, 11 days against Washington State at the Holiday Bowl. So, what can you tell us about this situation?
Yeah, I imagine there's some uneasy folks in San Diego at the Holiday Bowl, number one, it's unclear how a resolution is going to be found. Minnesota players, they spoke out yesterday. They seem to be unhappy with the Minnesota administration, new athletic director Mark Coyle, and whether the players who got suspended had due process, and they were unhappy with the answers they got from the administration, so they decided to all come together and say, we're not participating in football activities. And if it comes to if we don't get an answers in time, we're not playing in the Holiday Bowl. So we don't know if it's going to come to that yet. It's hard to know what this resolution is going to be. Minnesota, the AD, the president have come out and said, we can't really share more information because it's private information about these investigations. So it's kind of like a stalemate right now. And you'd think they're going to try to come to a resolution. The players, just sounds like they want more answers. And what they said, they didn't think they got direct enough answers for why the players were suspended while investigations were still happening. 11 days until the Holiday Bowl. Washington State's going to be going to San Diego. They don't know if they have an opponent. If Minnesota doesn't show up, ESPN reported that if they needed an emergency fill-in, it would be Northern Illinois, who was 5-7 and had the next highest APR scores to be eligible for a bowl game. But even then, they would need a quick answer because it's hard to get everybody together and get to a bowl game and prepare for a bowl game. I believe Northern Illinois, their semester's already over. People aren't even on campus anymore.
Right.
So it's a strange situation with a fairly high profile football game to be played in 11 days, and nobody knows if one team's going to show up. I would imagine there'll be a resolution quickly. Usually these things resolve themselves, but nobody really knows. It's kind of another situation where there's a lot of unanswered questions right now, and Minnesota hasn't provided much clarity either about it.